As we sit here in the beautiful BOK Arena, we may feel like we're in a big city, but you know what? It's always a small world, isn't it? I'm joined with, as I always knew you, as Amanda Juergens when we worked together at Channel 8. Now Amanda Armstrong, married with a baby, and
right.
participating in this show as well.
Yeah, I know. I'm excited about this show, another upcoming show that we have, Oklahoma Women, which we'll get to talk about that a little bit later. But I had an opportunity to sit down and visit with Congressman John Sullivan while he was here over summer break. And it was a good opportunity to really sit down and talk about everything from the hot button issue of healthcare reform to his decision to seek treatment for alcoholism. So let's take a look. Well, I want to thank you, Congressman Sullivan, for being with us today on the show. I want to start with, most recently, the town hall meetings that you have been attending. What has been your overall consensus in what the constituents are saying about the hot topic issue of health care reform?
Well, I've been able to go around the district and talk to thousands of people, and so I've gotten a lot of input. And the thing is, they have a little anxiety right now. They're concerned about the economy, their own jobs for their children. So there's a little disgust about what's going on in Washington. And when they see a $1.5 trillion takeover of our healthcare system, that's a little too much for them. They're seeing all the spending going on in Washington, record deficits. You know, Barack Obama creates the largest deficit in the history of mankind. To put it in perspective, it's as large as all the presidents previous to him, from George Washington to George Bush combined. And people don't like that. People are tightening their belts right now. They're seeing Washington spending too much, borrowing too much, and taxing too much.
And I know as you're heading back to Washington, D.C. this fall, there are some other things that you'll continue to work on, some bills that were previously introduced and both passed this summer, one with regards to reauthorizing the research of natural gas vehicles, as well as hospice care reform. Talk about how those two are important to Oklahoma.
Well, when we look at energy policy, and again, that's another measure that has made people very angry, and that is the cap and trade bill, the climate change bill, the energy tax bill. And what does that mean for people here in Oklahoma? Well, it means a $3,100 tax on every family in Oklahoma that heats and cools their home, flips on a light switch, or puts gas in their car. People don't like that. It's to address climate change or whatever. Unilaterally here in the United States, no other country would have to abide by it. It's just going to send jobs overseas and kill jobs here, and that's not something we should be doing in these economic slow times. That's why it's important. When we look at energy policy, we look at all of the above strategy. We look at wind, solar, nuclear, biodiesel, biofuels, anything that generates power.
And as we look a little bit further to re-election in 2010, there is an item that some say may play a role in that election, and that was both a private and public matter that played out as your choice to seek treatment for alcoholism earlier this summer. Regardless, tell me how it is for you a benefit to talk about it publicly, to be open with Oklahomans, and how it may help somebody else also who may identify with you and their story is similar.
Well, yeah, I did. I went to Betty Ford Center in California for alcohol treatment. It was probably one of the best things I ever did in my life, but something, too, that I didn't plan on. It wasn't something, I was embarrassed about it. I didn't want people to know. And but it's turned out to be something of strength that strengthened me. People, I talk about it openly because I do want to try to help people. One of the benefits from it is I do have people come up to me nearly on a daily basis that have a problem with it. Either they do or a loved one, and want to talk to me about it. And I'll tell you, nothing makes me happier than seeing if I can do something to help someone in that. I mean, that's part of my recovery process that I'm in, to be able to help others.
And I have something on a very light note with social media, because with Facebook and kind of those other items and ways to connect with your constituents, how has that been for you as a politician? Is it a learning curve? Is it something you enjoy?
It is a learning curve because I actually don't know how to work it all as well as I should. Facebook, Twitter, tweeting and all that. I've done that. I know that I need to be pursuing these technologies. I'm 44 years old. I'm not as up on as I should be, but I'm learning, and I think it's important because I think it's really going to be a big part of the way we communicate in the future. So I know it's something I need to be doing. And I did notice on Facebook, though, all my friends on it are very young, and I didn't know if that was odd or what, but I think it's just because they're the ones that do it.
And you saw in that interview, I had an opportunity to ask Congressman Sullivan about social media, because he's on Facebook and trying to use these other items like Twitter and things like that. I know you're great at it, but he said, he's still kind of learning the ropes, so to speak.
Oh, I love social media. For those of you who are curious, websites, blogging, Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, the list goes on. And guess what? You can follow our Life in Tulsa TV show on your own phone, on Twitter, on your home computer. It is Life in Tulsa TV. Again, Life in Tulsa TV. You can become a fan on Facebook, and you can follow us on Twitter. We are constantly, as you can tell, my phone is right here
Probably
with
more
me.
from Cindy.
Yes, during commercial breaks, I'm tweeting. So yeah, please follow us. We would love to hear what you want to see on the show and what you think. So kind of an exciting time. Chris is like, yeah, whatever. Chris is on Facebook as well.
Yes.
Yeah. All right.
My kids hate it.
That you're on Facebook? Yeah. All right. Well, we will be right back.
AM 970 KCFO is the place to be every afternoon for the Dave Ramsey Show and the Dr. Laura program. Dave Ramsey from 1 to 4 p.m. Monday through Friday.
They caused their own problem by lending people money that shouldn't have been lent money.
And then it's Dr. Laura 4 to 6.
You're calling to get me to change her arguing, and I can't get you to change you.
Dave Ramsey and Dr. Laura, afternoons on AM 970 KCFO and online at kcfo.com.
Let's face it, most of the items on our to-do list aren't usually much fun. I bet this guy would agree. But we've got one sticky note for you with some good news. And here it is. Pick up this month's issue of Community Spirit. It's available in churches, restaurants, and other businesses all over Tulsa, Bixby, Broken Arrow, Jinx, Claremore, and Owasso. It's fun. It's uplifting. It's even free. Community Spirit Magazine, the magazine for the Christian community. You're going to love it.
From Oklahoma's pioneers to those blazing the trail today towards our state's great future, Oklahoma women have some truly amazing stories to tell. I'm Amanda Armstrong. Join me each week on the Oklahoma Channel as we sit down with two Oklahoma women who share their story. You'll be inspired, uplifted, and encouraged to find the story within you along the way.